And welcome everyone to the channel. My name is Kevin Tate. Glad to be here with you all today. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. The name of today's video is, Manitowoc Ice Maker Inlet Valve Replacement and a single stage Donastar filter installation. The thing that I ran into with this ice maker that you see up top over the dual ice soda machine here is the Manitowoc ice maker. And what was happening was this ice maker was going out of service due to a lack of water getting to it. The thing that happened was this site, they had a water main go on them. So their water main broke and they had to make some changes before the water main got fixed. So they had tankers of water, big 18-wheeler tankers of water, about 4 or 5 of them. They have them parked in the parking lot, and the water is being pumped into the building. So what that did was that caused the um, ice maker to starve. It was getting no water. So um, the line that was going to it was very, very dirty with sediment and particulates and stuff in the water that you could see over time got into the water line. There was no filter on this system at all, so that was a surprise. But it does happen. So what happened was all of the particulates and everything got inside the solenoid valve, the inlet valve, and I'll show you as we go in the video. The solenoid valve has a small screen in it that blocks out these smaller particulates and keeps them from getting into the water, and then you start having these bacteria issues and mold issues and stuff like that. But the Manitowoc inlet valve does have a screen to help for it to help eliminate that, but the screen just got really built up with sediment and residue, and it just wasn't getting any water. So I'm gonna let this video roll, and then I'll kind of stop in between. Right here, you have your data plate. It's got your model number and serial number on it. This right here is the inlet valve that I was talking about. And as I let the video roll, you'll see a little more. But this is the backside of the inlet line, inlet filter. The the water line is coming right in here, and it um, plugs right into a John Guest fitting that's attached to this inlet valve. But the screen is also right back here, right in the back here. You have a little white screen in there, and that screen was covered with sediment and buildup, so there was no water getting through. And you could take this apart. You can disassemble the back side of this solenoid valve. You can disassemble that, take the 4 screws out, and then you can go ahead and pull that screen out and rinse it out and put it back in. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that. I did that temporarily because I didn't have a replacement valve on my truck, so I had to order one. So I did go ahead and disassemble this. I cleaned it out, cleaned the screen out real good, and put it back in. And told the customer I'll have to come back to replace the part, but at least I was able to get the ice maker back up and running temporarily. So that's what went on with that. And I'm just going to go through and kind of explain a few things on the replacement as I was doing this. As you can see, this is the valve right here. This is the bracket that the valve is attached to right up here. And there's two screws that hold this in. But just to give you a little heads up, you can get in there and you could kind of squeeze in there with a stubby screwdriver and get those two screws out to pull the valve off. But I'm going to show you another shot, and I usually will take the whole bracket off. You see this larger bracket right here? It's kind of L shape. That bracket, the solenoid attaches to that large bracket. Okay, so I just take that whole bracket off so I can have access to these two screws, and then be able to um, put those back on securely, make it tight, and then go ahead and mount it back onto the bracket, and then you're all set. So basically that's what was done in this video. Right here, I'm just showing you those two screws that are holding the solenoid bracket on, giving you a shot of the solenoid itself, solenoid coil, and the inlet fitting, that John Guest fitting that's on the back end. And then right here are those that bracket with the two screws right here. This is the larger bracket. I just take these two screws off, and then you can pull out the whole assembly, and it makes it a whole lot easier to change out inlet valve. Just showing you those two screws that come out. So now I'm just getting set up to go ahead and take out that larger larger bracket that's holding the inlet valve. Just setting up the camera so you could kind of see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just using a standard socket. It's one of those like 7-in-1 socket sets. It's a pretty good tool, helpful to get certain jobs done. And they also have like a stubby, and that's the same stubby socket set that's very good too. So right now I'm just getting the screws out, and then from there I'll go ahead and finish up taking out the inlet valve. Again, it's a little tight. It's a little tight in there, so it does take some moving around to get that inlet valve out as you're getting it around the refrigeration fittings and stuff like that. So you just kind of, make some room and kind of maneuver it so you can get everything around there. I just dropped the camera on there a little bit. Just about got it out now. Okay, so now I got the whole assembly out. Just giving you a look at how the valve looks. Now this is the inlet valve for a Manitowoc ice maker. You can see the inlet tube that's going in to that blue section there. That's the inlet line, the water inlet line, and it's a John Guest fitting. So you just uh, push in that blue tab, and then the tube pulls right out. Now I got full access to go ahead and take out the brackets, take out the bracket of the inlet valve, and then put the new inlet valve in place. That little white tube that you're seeing that's coming off of the inlet valve, that's the outlet side of the valve, and that tube goes down into the trough of the ice maker. So that's where the water fills. That's the tube I was just talking about. Just pull that off. Then you can attach that to the new inlet valve. That's the new inlet valve right there. Now I could attach it back to the bracket and then start assembling that piece back in place where it was, and then from there I can go ahead and make sure everything's running, allow it to run through a couple of cycles before leaving. That's one thing that you want to kind of make sure that you do when you're working on any equipment, really, but mainly if if you're working on an ice maker and you completed the work, go ahead and let it run 2 or 3 cycles before you head out, then let the customer know everything's good. You've seen it drop ice, you've seen it harvest 2 or 3 times, and you're good. The worst thing is when you think you're done and then you take off and then you get a call back saying that, it's not making ice now, or if it's a Hoshizaki, or it's beeping again, or something like that. So you want to make sure that you stay with the equipment and make sure it's operational. Now I got the inlet valve back in place. You can see I got the water line reattached. Got the bracket secured. And now this right here is the water line that's going to the ice maker. You could see that that line was like, it's very dirty. You see it? It's filled with sediment and particulates and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and run a new whole new water line. That's the line coming from under the cabinet and then to the going over to the ice maker. So I just took out all of that line. This is the line going up to the ice maker. I'm gonna take that out as well. I installed this new Donastar single stage single stage water filter. I installed that at the same time because this system had no filter on it at all. So this way it's got all new line and it's got a new filter as well. So that should eliminate that. There's my water pressure right there is at 50 psi. Well, that all should eliminate um, the particulates from getting through as much, and then filling up that inlet valve. So that's why it's necessary to, utilize these water filters. Right now, I'm just showing you the manifold for the filter, that single stage filter. That's what the manifold looks like. It's got the inlet side and outlet side there. And I have it connected now. And what I'm doing is I'm purging this filter out. I'm just letting it run, getting all the air out of the system that may have got in from installing it. And then I just want it to run until I get a smooth stream of water. And then when you got a smooth stream, then you know you're good. You're not gonna get an air blockage or anything like that. So, you know, that's just something. See, right now it looks very smooth, and it's coming out with really good pressure. So um, now I went ahead and connected that line. Got my fittings on there, no leaks. Always want to check for leaks. It's up under the counter, easy access to. That gives anyone who, if it's a maintenance guy or another technician, they're gonna have easy access to that filter and be able to remove it and install it without too much of a problem, without a whole lot of stuff in the way or um, behind behind something that you have to move. You want to try to make it as simple as possible. So right now I have the unit running. The ice maker is running. The water's flowing. Um, I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get a better shot so you could kind of see what the flow of the water. You can see if you can see that in there. It's flowing nice, and now the water is gonna fill that trough until it hits the probes, and then when it hits the probes, then it'll go into making ice mode. And right here, I'm just showing you they have the sequence of operation right on the right on the door panel of the ice maker. So if you're ever stuck or something like that, you can kind of read through the sequence of operation, and then it'll kind of guide you to what's possibly going on. Um, but they have like a lot of stuff that is important to repairing the ice maker. A lot of stuff that's important to doing a PM on the ice maker. So, take advantage of those instructions that are on the panel and stuff like that. A lot of times that can get you out of a lot of tight situations where maybe you can't get in touch with tech support, or uh, they haven't really called you back or something like that, but at least you would have, some type of a guide on there. So it's good that they put those instructions on there. But I'd like to say thank you again for joining me on this in this video. I hope it is helpful to you all. I'd like to thank all of the channel subscribers and the website subscribers as well. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching. And remember to put your comments in. And I usually do get right back to people that comment on videos and stuff. So feel free to leave a comment anytime, and questions or anything like that. I really appreciate y'all's support. I hope you I hope this video is helpful to you all, and we'll see you on the next one.